I don't know if you wanted to record it, but I'm gonna do it. Go.
Oh, okay. So the intention, we're setting the intention to a very, very, very successful podcast career, two besties, two wonderful mamas coming together finally to bring you guys all of it. All. We're not even gonna categorize it right now. It's just un conto. Turning it on, guys. Our little candle.
Enséñala, tráela para
Ay,
acá.
espérate,
Para yo
que
verla.
ya
Oh,
viene.
está
Our
clear.
little candle. We're having it right here on the side.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Lista estamos. Vamos. All right. Hey, everyone. It's Yaya.
And Jarii.
Welcome to the magic that is her. Heal, empower, radiate. It's a podcast, and we're your hosts, two incredible mamas with different tales, but a shared belief that everyone deserves a soft life.
Everyone. In this podcast, we're cracking open the universe of feminine energy, embracing the art of healing traumas, and sprinkling some divine feminine magic all around. Picture it as your cosmic ticket to a life filled with compassion, empowerment, and a few laughs along the way. I'm Jari, a mom of two, recently transitioned from single motherhood, and I'm now navigating the delicate balance of stay at home mom life and building my business as a content creator, master manifester, along the glorious chaos of a toddler and a teenager. Oh, and let's not forget mi marido, making life even more interesting.
And I'm Yaya, your multi passion entrepreneur bestie, mom, and remote work advocate. I'm also bringing my tarot reading skills, intuition, and manifesting mastery to this vibrant mix. Get ready for some serious cosmic vibes.
Together, guided by the mantra that life is what you make it, we're on a mission. We're all about taking chances, going against the grain, trying new things, diving into the wild world of self discovery. Yes, we're talking about therapy and sprinkling a little extra love on ourselves every single day. But guess what? This journey isn't about us, it's about you too. We're building a community that's all about support, love, and lifting each other up.
So, welcome to Her, where healing, empowerment, and radiance collide, guiding you to a life not just lived, but beautifully curated by your own amazing hands. Consider this your cosmic invitation to join us on a ride where life is an open book. And together, we're going to help you write those empowering chapters. Welcome to a space where soft lives are not just celebrated, they're absolutely adored. And the journey is embraced with wide open hearts. Let's dive in.
Yes!
All right. So I realize I have a question for you. I think in
Let's
order to
go.
break the ice and get people to kind of know us a little bit, we could ask each other just one question each. Otherwise, we'll be
Hmm.
here all day.
Literally.
And we'll just like dialogue a little bit about it and see what comes up. So my
Okay, Mo.
question for you is about navigating masculinity and femininity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jarisa, Jari,
Jari.
Jari. How do you find balance between embracing your feminine side while navigating societal expectations?
Mm,
Big question. Huge.
that is super deep. I think I don't think, all right, not to sound cliche or whatever, but I don't think I would be able to navigate it in its entirety or as best as I can without therapy. 1,000% sure.
Hashtag go to
So
therapy.
yes, hashtag go to therapy. I am a super big advocate about therapy and its benefits and everything that comes with it. Obviously, therapy means you got to do work, right? It's not just talking to somebody and venting and but it's also about getting the tools to help you navigate through life. Hashtag life. So without therapy, I don't know if I would be able to find balance. So I think that's a major component about finding balance between embracing my feminine energy and my masculine energy. Um, I think for a long period of time, I had to tap into more of my masculine energy, especially being a single mom for almost a decade. I was left no choice but to, tap into that masculine energy and provide and, be the rock, right? The foundation of my family, the family I was trying to create. Um, but thankfully, I do have an amazing partner right now that he is that masculine energy that I needed. So I'm able to tap into that feminine energy that, I think I was truly craving to tap into. I was tired of living in survival mode, and now I have the chance, the ability, the opportunity to really live in my feminine energy and that soft life era that I'm trying to live for the rest of my life because hashtag puedo y me lo merezco because
Porque puedo y me lo merezco. Yes, tía.
so yeah, I mean, obviously, I think to answer your question, that's the best way I can balance the two is navigating through therapy and doing that hard work of healing old traumas and working with my inner child and really doing that, those hard conversations that you need to have with yourself and breaking down barriers and breaking generational cycles and doing all the hard work so that I can be able to have that balance between the two.
Can I piggyback off that question real quick?
Yes.
Because, oh my God, I feel like I'm in a conference. I'd like to piggyback off that. So something you said, so when you talk about embracing your femininity, like what does that look like for you?
I think when we think of masculine and feminine energy, masculine is very strong and a provider and someone that, has to live kind of like this hard protector kind of,
For those
embrace
not
the
watching, the
protector.
gestures are the Hulk
Yeah, like you think of a
body
man,
filter,
right?
you know?
Um, Feminine energy, you think of soft and nurturing and bringing life. And when I think of being more feminine or tapping more into my feminine energy, it's doing more of that. It's literally bringing life into whatever I want, not just bringing life physically as in a human life, but also bringing life into my creativity, bringing life into everything and into my food, the things that I want to create, anything that I can create, that's tapping into my feminine energy. And the only way I feel like I can fully tap into that energy is if I'm not being hard provider protector,
And
you
exhausted
know,
by all of those things, right?
and
Being all
living
of the things.
literally, in survival mode. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, so then what is the strength of that femininity? Because like you've described to me like the creative, right?
Hmm.
Creation aspect of femininity, the softness in that nature. But like what do you see as the strength part? Because uh, I don't I at least in my opinion, and you can tell me
Hmm.
your version. I don't think we really ever talked about this, but like for me, feminine obviously has its strengths and masculine
Of
has its
course,
strengths. And like
of
maybe we
course.
see a more, and I'm not really even talking, and I don't think you are either, about men or
Hmm.
women. We're talking about
Right.
femininity and masculinity,
Energy.
which I
Yeah.
think some people get very confused.
Hmm.
So when we talk about femininity, we talk about softness, we talk about creation, those kinds of things. And then on the masculine side, we talk about strength. But there is strength in femininity.
Oh, a
Like,
thousand
what do you
percent.
see that strength as?
1,000%. I mean, I'm sorry for any masculine energy people out there, but Feminine energy is badass. Like, we can literally handle anything thrown at us. Like, we go through so much in our masculine, I mean, in our feminine energy. Like, we can handle so much. Birth alone, like, are you kidding me? So I didn't mean to say that, like, being in your feminine energy, like, you're not strong, because I
No,
think
I didn't
it
take it that
takes.
way. I just want to
No,
like,
no, no, I know. I just wanted to clarify. Like, I think it takes true strength to be able to live in that soft era life, right? Quote unquote, that we're talking about, because there's so much that you have to navigate in order to truly be living in your feminine energy, that you have to be strong in order to overcome things and deal with things and navigate through life. So it's not to say that being in your feminine energy you're not strong, like, you're not this macho man. No, but we got freaking elephant bolas ourselves, like, we got cojones, being in our feminine energy, 1,000%.
absolutely. All right, that was it. That's all my questions. Thank you for answering my question, and you are hired.
So, are you ready for me? Now, I think, to piggyback off of the soft life,
Yes.
I wanted to know, in what ways do you intentionally incorporate softness into your daily life?
Okay. I personally have stopped doing everything. Not that I do nothing, don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but I used to feel the need to fill gaps where I felt like things were being like if a ball was being dropped, I needed to be like catching it, right? I just had this vision of me playing volleyball in high school for like 2 days and like I was the muscle
Today.
and I would like boom, boom, everywhere I went and then I'd be like oh, I have to get that person's not going. I have to go and catch it. And so that's very much what
Mm-hmm.
it has felt like for me in life is
Mm-hmm.
always having to like step up or like just the anxiety of like, well, no one's stepping up. So like I
Yeah.
have to step up. And I'm actively every single day fighting myself and avoiding doing everything. And
Mm.
so on days where I'm like, I woke up, the kid is taken care of, the dog is taken care of, I've washed my body, I've made my bed, the
Yeah.
essentials are done. I look around the house and I go like a robot. Beep, boop, 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 all the things highlight of all the things that need to be done, that needs to be put away, that needs to be moved. Why is that still there? And I go,
I'm taking a step back.
what do I have the capacity to do right now?
Mm-hmm.
And what do I want to do? And what's going to bring me joy? I really like sitting on my couch with my pillows. So like my toddler's been throwing the pillows around. I'm probably going to throw those pillows in the wash because that's going to make me happy later. So I'm going to do that instead of like take the dishes out of the dishwasher or whatever.
Yes.
And that's been my like, it's almost like an inner battle. It's almost like
Oh
an inner
no,
battle,
it is.
like I really have to be like, ya,
Siéntate. Siéntate, coño.
siéntate, coño.
Tú hiciste suficiente hoy.
T-shirt. Siéntate, coño.
Siéntate, coño.
But
No, I
that's what
mean,
I've
I,
been doing.
I, I can totally relate. I think for me, my whole life, I was not only was I in survival mode, but my mom was in survival mode. I'm from a household that is single parent household. My dad passed away when I was really young. I was 5 years old, and she she was in survival mode. Like, she had three young kids by herself, as she should be. So since birth, I feel like I was always go, 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 go. I always had to be in something, a different activity, so that way she could have childcare for me. That was in my younger years. But even as, my teenage years, it was navigating teenage life, but also being in those activities. So that way my mom, had somewhere to, like, leave me. So I was always in something. I always had something to do. I was always pushing to, become better or, like, do new things. And then I became a mom at 21, a single mom at 21.
Who works too hard?
And it was like I didn't have a chance to sit down and be like, let me reflect on the past 21 years of my life and become a
Con qué
mom. No,
tiempo.
I didn't have the time. So I always had to be go, go, go. And it's not up until a few years ago that I said, you know what, like at what cost? Like I'm gonna crash and burn and I was super burnt out. And it took me seeking therapy, multiple times in my life, but this time it was with the intentionality of saying, what can I do to stop feeling like I always need to go, go, go? And like you said, it's a constant battle because being go, go, go is my norm. So I feel weird when I'm not go, go, going, but I constantly have to say, no, you did three major things today. Siéntate.
That's enough.
Your
That's
kids
enough.
are alive. You're alive. It's time for you to just exist.
That's
And
enough.
literally my future plans is to be able to just exist. I'm tired of feeling like I need to do stuff, right? Like that.
It's this, right? It's like anxiety.
Yeah,
It isn't, it's not like
it
anxiety.
is.
It is
It
anxiety.
is
It's
anxiety, but
literally
it's
anxiety.
not even the anxiety of planning or seeing the future. It's literally feeling like I cannot sit still. And no, I deserve to sit still. You deserve to be on the couch with your comfy pillows.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
deserve it. We all do. So no, I'm being very intentional, and that's my word for this year for 2024 is to be intentional in everything that I do, and most importantly, be intentional in resting.
Yes.
We need to
Exactly.
rest. We need to rest in order to function. We are not robots. We cannot continue to live as though we are robots, even though we live in this world where we're kind of expected to be robots.
Exactly.
We're not, and at the end of the day, there's nothing more important than your sanity, than your happiness. So if that means you have to sit on the couch for 6 hours, baby, you sit on the couch for 6 hours and you watch The Office. Like,
Were were you watching me on Saturday? Because that's exactly what I did. And then I fell asleep. The
I was
toddler kid
probably
fell
right there
asleep.
with you. No. Like, yes, I have a toddler right now and I have a teenager and that's hard. I have two major transitional ages.
Hmm.
Toddlerhood is it's its own world, and teenagehood is its own world too. And I was a teenager once, so I know what he's
Yeah.
going through, and I don't want to live it for him or give him any expectations. I want him to experience teenagehood, you know, with me being in the background, like, hey, I'm here to support you. You got this,
Cheerleading.
you know. But I'm also his mom, and sometimes he needs a mom. He needs a hug. He needs me to, lay with him before he goes to sleep. But then I'm also navigating toddlerhood where she's like, I'm Miss Independent.
But also,
I'm
I
one
need
years
what I
old,
want
but
now.
also please clean my diaper. Like, so it's two big worlds of push and pull of like, I want to be independent, but also, wait, no, I need you as a mom, and I'm constantly being pulled. But they also, I mean, Camila doesn't really understand. She's one, but I take pride in saying, I need time. And if, in order for me to be the best mom, you need to understand that I also need a break. And whether that's my partner stepping in and being like, okay, go, you need to sleep in until 10:30. And my teenager understanding that to be healthy, you need to take breaks and setting that boundary with him.
Yeah, for me, it's a lot of the guilt. So I might have a goal in mind of like, okay, I want to do all of these things, whatever. And then if I don't, I'm like, it's not just like a guilt of like, I let myself down, but I'm like, el que dirán, even though nobody visits my house. So it's like,
Yeah.
what will my partner say? What will my partner think? Oh my God, I didn't put the dishes away. Like he probably thinks I'm such a slob. And then I
Hmm.
start to just internalize these things he's never said to me, but I'd be thinking
Literally.
I'm psychic about certain things, and I'm like, he probably thinks I'm a slob because I didn't put those dishes away. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
So it's like
true.
literally constantly, not constantly, but pretty often being like,
Hmm.
cálmate, Cógelo con take it easy. It's
Yep.
gonna be all right. The
Yep.
dishes are not going to spoil, right? It's not like
No.
you left milk out.
Mhm.
Just
And if
give
you
yourself
did,
a
se
minute.
lava o se bota y
Se
se
lava o se
compra
bota, se compra
otro.
otra. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Exactly.
Everything is figure outable. That's something that I read,
Oh,
and
I have her book.
yes,
I have her book,
I
and I was like, that's exactly how I live my life. Why did I buy this book?
I literally, after I read that book, it was like it's something that you knew, but it was like something
Marie.
so simple.
Marie something with an
I
F.
forgot her name, but it's called
Furlow.
um but yeah, I say it for everything because at the end of the day, like, listen, if they're not effing you, funding you, or feeding you, their opinions don't matter. So do
No.
what makes you happy. Choose happiness over anything, and everything is figure outable. Like everything
Yeah.
will get figured out, and if not, the universe will provide.
And that's literally how I've been navigating this like transition to soft life, because I also have found that like when I'm in my I gotta do it all mode, which I
Hmm.
tend to see as my masculine side,
Yeah,
um, I end up being bitter, resentful,
oh, for
not fun
sure,
to be around,
for sure.
complainy, frustrated, cranky, hungry. Like I just become a
Not
toddler and I'm
not
like,
your authentic self,
you
for
know,
sure. No, for sure. It's something that like you look back and you're like, wait, this isn't me. So I need to
this
rest.
isn't me.
And
When I tell
literally, it's
you,
like being a toddler because
yes,
sometimes you're like, you need a nap.
you need a nap y que no te hablen.
This
What?
is not you. You need a nap. Vete a acostar, tómate tu lechita, and
And don't talk
you
to nobody
know,
for 2 hours, please.
for
Yes, that
sure.
resonates. That resonates with me. I believe in naps. I know that some people are like, I can't nap because they like the. That's not my story.
No.
I love a nap, and I do so because I feel like personally I struggle with sleep, like for a
Hmm.
number of reasons. But in adulthood, it's like, well, as a mother, it's I'm sharing a bed with my toddler, and she'll be like, knee in my rib, and I'm like, okay. And then, or like last night, for example, she was sick, and so I was tending to her all night.
Yeah.
And I told you right before we got on, I was like, I don't know how I've made it this far. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this recording because I am sleep deprived and I didn't get a nap today because she was home, right?
Yeah.
Which she wasn't bothersome, but like it's just
Yeah.
uno tiene que estar despierto. You can't be sleeping when the
Yeah.
kids are home.
Yeah.
So
Even if you're like half in and out, that half
it's not.
out is it's
It's
never
not.
gonna be enough for you to get full
No,
rest, you know?
no, and I think people don't understand that, and folks that like aren't. I don't know. How do I say this? I think that there are people who don't recognize how much effort it takes to be thinking all the time.
Hmm.
And like I'm not rolling boulders and building houses up the street. Um, but
But
I'm
mentally it
thinking
feels like it.
literally, like I told you, I was like, I gotta call the IRS. I gotta do this thing. I gotta
Yeah.
do this other thing. Just to make sure that everything is
Yeah.
okay.
A
Because
thousand
otherwise,
percent.
¿quién te lo va a hacer? Yo no tengo madre
And
que
then
me
it
llame.
becomes
I'm not a
you get
child.
yeah, you get so burnt out that then you're dealing with decision fatigue. And honestly, there's days that I don't even want to
Is that what it's
think
called?
about
Decision
it.
fatigue?
It is decision fatigue.
Can you elaborate on that? So for anyone that doesn't know what that is, because I know what it is just from feeling it, but
Decision fatigue is literally when you are so tired, you don't want to make a decision on anything. Like nothing.
what do you want for
Like
dinner?
what do you want for dinner? I don't care. It's like I don't want to decide. I don't want to think. Nothing, nothing because all
Where do
day
you want
I'm
to
thinking
go?
about decide for me. And listen, this is why
What are you gonna wear today?
ChatGPT is my best
No me
friend
haga
because
pregunta.
sometimes ChatGPT be thinking for me, and you came at the right time, ChatGPT, because this mom right here, listen, some days you don't even know your name. Don't even ask me my name because I'm not gonna know. That literally is a decision that I need to make and be like, wait, where in my brain is my name registered
And
that
like
I don't want to do?
even having to like okay, where are the keys? You're like, I don't know. And if I were a pair of keys or a set of keys, I might be in like one of six places unless
Yeah,
I'm lost, right?
yeah.
So like just look in those essential places. And if you don't find them, then maybe I can help you look for them. But in the meantime, no me haga pregunta. I don't want you to ask me
Is
where.
that my thing is if you're asking me like I can figure that out, then you could also figure that out. So don't make me think, please. And that is living in my soft life era because
Don't make me think.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, don't make me
demanding.
think. Hashtag don't make me think.
Yeah, demanding not to be made to be the central brain
Yeah,
to be depended on, right?
yeah,
Like the brain is not a machine. I mean, people
yeah.
might compare it to a machine because of its functionality, but it's not a
Hmm.
machine. It is an organ that needs rest,
Yeah,
you
a
know?
thousand percent. In order to regenerate and be able to function again, it needs rest,
Absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely.
And that means sleep, right? But also it means shutting off your brain when you're awake, meditating, breathing. We forget to breathe so often, and we don't realize like taking 3 breaths in, how powerful and how like how much it can cause a shift in your mindset, in your brain waves. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how it can lessen that anxiety, you know?
Mhm.
So listen, I'm big at it. You want to take your naps, baby girl, you need it. Acuérdate. Let's do this. They call me Johnny Boot Camp in my house, with all the kids because at 1 o'clock or whatever, we're all napping. I don't care if you're 16 years old, 19, 1, we're taking a nap. Whether
Collective
that means collected. Todo el mundo se acuesta. If you don't want to close your eyes, you don't do it, but we're taking a break from life.
stop
Like,
leaking. Yes, exactly. We don't need to be watching TV. We don't need to be on video games or whatever. We need to
no,
rest.
a rest. You need a
It's
break
very
from
different.
everything.
And that's
Hmm.
actually something before we start to segue out, because I know we're kind of at the wrap up.
Hmm.
Um, I found myself for a really long time, and I think this is super relatable, especially in these times. I found myself hitting that wall and then being like needing to desensitize, no, being desensitized, right? And like feeling like I needed distraction. And so just being like, I'm going to scroll on my phone for
Yeah.
instead of resting, instead of taking the nap, because it's less, I feel like there's more of a judgment on taking the nap than there is on
Hmm.
like, oh, the person's like reading
Just sitting
something on
there.
their phone, or they're
Hmm.
scrolling, or they're watching a video, or they're interacting with something, they're on the phone. But if you nap, it's judged. But if you're just scrolling,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, at least they're doing something. No, honey. So I found myself being so like prone to that it ended up making me more tired, having a harder time sleeping at night for that reason, because then I'm overwhelmed with like all of the blue light or whatever the hell. And
Hmm.
then doing it all over again every single
Every
day.
night.
And
Yeah.
now I'm like, if I didn't get to walk the dog, then I didn't get to walk the dog. He has a backyard that he has full access to. He is
Yeah.
not being deprived of a walk. He has access to an exercise field out back that he can
Hmm.
go, that I purchased the house for him to do it. You know what I mean?
He
I
has
think
a
it'll
whole
be
house he can
okay.
run in. Like,
Pero el
even
cabrón no
inside.
quiere. And I say to myself, if on
Yeah.
these days I don't feel like it, it's not me being lazy. I am at
Yeah.
capacity, and that's okay.
1,000%.
He won't die. Él tiene
No.
comida, tiene agua, tiene baño, tiene he has a yard. He has a yard, he has a toddler to play with. He has things to do. He is not
Yeah.
gonna die, and we're gonna be all right. That's me
Listen, at the
signing
end
off.
of the day, who is gonna go walk you? No, if you can't,
Sometimes I need
if
to be
you
pushing a
don't,
stroller and just see things.
exactly.
I just want to see the clouds, you know?
No, no, I completely agree. I completely agree. Rest is 1,000% super important.
Speaking of rest, I am.
Yes, I think we should wrap up. I
That's me
think this is
falling off the chair.
that's a wrap for our first soul nourishing episode of Her Heal,
Woo!
Empower, Radiate podcast. We hope you enjoyed diving into the world of soft lives, divine feminine energy, and empowerment with us.
Espérate, I was highlighting. Hold on. This thing is so long. Okay, hold on.
Before you go.
Oh, yeah, I went way too far up. Hold on. Before you go, here's your I'm going to take that one more
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go, here's your cosmic call to action. 1, share the love. If this episode resonated with you, spread the love, share it with your soul squad, your besties, or anyone you think that could use a sprinkle of empowerment in their day.
2, connect with us. We love to hear from you. Follow us on our social medias. We'll have it linked below. We're at Her Podcast Magic on Instagram. We don't know yet. But just in case, I'm going to just say link below. You can
Yes.
tap it there. Tag us, slide into our DMs, and let us know your favorite moments on any topics you'd love us to explore in future episodes.
3, join the tribe. The magic doesn't stop when the episode ends. Join our community, a tribe of kindred spirits on the same journey. Head over to our website, herpodcastmagic.com. Head over to our website, you'll find it down linked below, and become an official member of the Soft Life Squad.
4, review and subscribe. If you're feeling extra generous, leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your words fuel our magic and help more beautiful souls find their way to her.
Remember, life is an open book, and we're here to help you write your empowering chapters. Until next time, stay soft, stay empowered, and keep radiating that beautiful energy into the universe. Sending you all the
And you
cosmic
all,
love and good vibes.
yes, sending you
Bye.
all of the cosmic love and good vibes. Bye,
Mwah.
guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys. And recording.